Good morning. This is Mario giving you the health update of the recent journey. Let me shake out these locks. I always do that for effect. Y'all like that. So I shake them out. You know, it's funny. People give you a certain kind of attention when you have these locks. I got attention at the hospital. So let me tell you what happened yesterday. So as many of you know, I woke up about a week ago, someday around there. I woke up in the chair in the middle of the night. I have a bad habit of slouching in the chair, so I woke up in the chair. And my right arm was kind of dead. My right hand, I couldn't use it. It still is. It's messed up. I can do certain things. I can't do this. The thumb, the little finger. And so, can't use my right hand. Can't write, can't type. Pain in the ass. Now, being the physician that I am, like I told my woman, I first thought, is it a stroke? Everybody's going to think that. But I am also an emergency physician, and I don't have the luxury of hystericalness. So it was hysteria. I don't know if that's a word, hysteria. So I did assessment of myself, and I didn't find instances that, to me, were supportive of having some kind of a stroke. The degree of impairment of my hand I found a little bit alarming, but I felt it was all, due to some kind of peripheral nerve compression. I thought it was really what I was seeing was some kind of a radial nerve palsy, and then I was concerned about the things that can cause that because you get your brachial plexus and I thought maybe even a herniated disc in the neck might do some of that. But I felt it was really the nerve. So I took some anti-inflammatories, which they give you at the ER, and try to wait it out. And it didn't seem to be getting better. Now, at our age, at my age, things seem to proceed rather slowly as opposed to when we were younger. So, it didn't seem to be getting better. Meanwhile, I got all this aching pain in my shoulder, which to me goes against the stroke. I said, I'm having these muscular issues that are more related to the position and what happened. In fact, they even call that like a Saturday night palsy because people would get drunk and sleep weird and next day have either stiffness of the neck or arm. So anyway, my woman was bugging me. Well, I don't know. Sometimes I think maybe your speech is a little affected. I said my speech is a little affected because I'm smoking so much weed, trying to deal with this fact I can't use my right arm. She said, well, I'm getting concerned. My woman, she's like, gets up in the night and gets the scanner and is checking my glucose and stuff. Like, she's like, where's the scanner? I'm like, it's 3 a.m. Why are you carrying with a scanner? I want to check your sugar. This is why married men live longer, by the way, as I've said so often. And to all the women out there, we thank you, lovely folks. And for all the significant others that are not women that do have the same characteristics, we thank you too. Because still, the wife in the situation bugs the shit out of the other one. That's what happens. You bug the shit out of us. You bug us into living. So we live because you bug us. But let's not discount the value of the joy of having a wondrous person who loves us bug the shit out of us. Because if you are loved, someone out there is bothering you and bugging you. That's how you know you are loved. Yeah, that's it. Okay. So, anyway, because I am also loved, I have had a wonderful life, and some of the people with whom I have been involved with in the past, and I might add, some of y'all go, these your old girlfriend. I have not touched any of these folks this side of the millennium. So when they love me, these are my friends who love me from way back in the day. And some of them are old girlfriends. So my old girlfriend, Audrey Celeste Parrish, my ace boon coon. That's my ace boon coon, my running buddy. She is my longtime friend and confidant. She was my lover long time ago. She loves me to death, and I love her. Well, she calls me. I ask her about this therapist. She gets all excited. You need to go see. I know who you can see. Blah 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 blah. You got to go see him today. This is yesterday. I said, well, do I have to go see him today? You need to go see him today. You want me to call? You can't make a damn call right from there. Blah blah blah. See, women like or your wife or people like your wife will bug the shit out of you. So Celeste, give her kudos. Celeste calls the people. They don't have any appointments open. Somehow she convinces them that they saved me. And so the owner of the place, which I ended up bonding with, Holden Zalma of the MetaTouch Body Balance, right over there in Sepulveda Boulevard, Culver City. He deserves a plug for how good he did for me. Holden Zalma of the MetaTouch Body Balance, 4441 Sepulveda Boulevard, Culver City. He did a wonderful job. He stayed and waited, very holistic. I really enjoyed him because, like me, he kind of was old school in the sense we were trained to first interview the patient. Based on that, you would have an idea what to examine him looking for. And then the third thing we did was follow up with tests. So if you don't interview the patient, or if you do a piss poor interview with the patient, there's only so good medicine you're going to practice. That's the bottom line. And for me, my forte all those years, old school as I was, oh, that's Kendall. Hey there, Vic. That's Kendall. I got to go let Kendall in the gate. Hey, give me a second. Kendall's here to help me. Hey, Vic. Because I'm live on the air. Shit. Well, give me a second, Kendall. All right. Hey, Vic. I'll see if Vic can let him in because I'm still live. So, I forgot where I was now. Anyway, so he did a full interview of me. Let me just see. Maybe I can carry this and walk to the door. He did a full interview with me, talking about all my medical conditions, all of that stuff. So I was really impressed with him doing the history. I'm walking the house to let Kendall's here to help me. I got these wonderful. Kendall's 19, just finished up at Dorsey. He's here to help me. Whew. I'm walking through the house, y'all. Give me a minute. Can't use a damn hand, see? Hey, Kendall. I'm live on the air. So give me a second, okay? So anyway, so he did this history, all this stuff about me and all my surgicals. I've had a bunch of people say, I'm the $6 million man. They can rebuild me. They can make it better. Well, almost make it better. They can't fix some parts. They can't fix everything. But I wish they could. But there's always hope. There's always hope. Anyway, this long ass broadcast. Okay. Now, so I did a shout out to Holden. So he's working on me over there. I go over there to get this body massage that Celeste insists. When I get over there, she insisted. She called. They were ready for Dr. Hemsley to come. She had given them whatever she gives them. So I go over there, and he's working on me, and I'm talking about, if I go to the hospital, they're just going to want to image me. They're going to want to do a CT scan and an MRI, and I don't want a CT scan or MRI. Well, I don't mind the CT. MRI is claustrophobic as a motherfucker. Excuse me, my French. I did not like that MRI. They had to give me some Ativan. So I didn't want to get all that. So he's like, Holder's like, they always jump to that. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. So halfway through, as he's working on my neck, and he did a wonderful job here. Look at this. Oh, I can move my neck. Lord, it's much better. Shoulder, a lot less pain, a lot more flexibility. So thank you, Holden. A lot worked on me. But then he started saying, maybe you ought to go get checked. So the therapist said, I think you ought to go to over there tonight. And I'm like, man, you know, it's already my woman doubting, you know, my diagnosis. I had made the proper diagnosis using my exemplary medical skills. So I go to Ovis. I said, okay, fine. So because of that, when he's finished with me doing the massage therapy, I take the Uber over to Kaiser West LA Emergency, where what I say, you have to know what to say. And I know what to say. The minute I said weak right arm, weak right side, you enter stroke protocol. See, there's a protocol. When certain issues hit the ER, they're on a clock for how soon they get certain things instituted. Okay, it's measured. There's a stroke protocol, there's a heart attack protocol, so that when you present with certain kind of complaints, it's actually timed how fast the intervention gets going. So they took me right in there. And after I talked to the doctor, who was like, wow, I think you read the same book I did. Yeah, I think so too. And then she goes, just like me, but it does seem to be a little bit much weakness in the hand. See, I knew they were going to say that. I said, yes, everything fits. You're probably right. There's a medicine, you have hunches, but you don't play hunches. You play hunches, and then you do tests to confirm your hunch. So she said, yeah, I agree, and it's nothing, you know, you look good, the strength, you know, it's a little weakness on the right, but yeah, well, you know, we might as well do both the scans. CT and the MRI. So I'm sitting up there in the waiting room. Thank God I got my vape, almost odorless. So when I'm looking around when nobody's around, I'm hitting the vape. I'm hitting the vape. I'm just, man, I gotta go get an MRI. You goddamn right I'm hitting the vape. What do you think? I'm trying to get ready for this MRI. Yo, have you had one? All right, then don't criticize. Don't criticize till you had one. So I'm sitting there vaping. They come over there and give me that IV Valium, Ativan, and I sail. It was a cool MRI, y'all. I didn't trip. It was okay. Then they come out and say, okay, everything's good. No stroke. My labs is all good. It really does appear to be a nerve palsy. They also, because at first I talked about doing my neck. She said, we shouldn't do, well, you don't really have enough stuff to do the neck. I don't know. See, this is what doctors do. It's just a little bit of stuff. Next thing I know, let's do the neck. So they did an MRI of my head and neck, CT of my head, looking at my old stroke I had in 17. And, you know, everything was good. So they cut your boy loose at about 11 o'clock at night. I get in my Uber. Oh, you people, I don't get into that. People say, why you Uber to the ER? I said, why not? I said, first of all, ER don't mean the same to me as it means to you. I've been in the hospital 30 years, so I'm so at home in a hospital in the ER. People say, Ma, are you going to go by yourself? I said, if you come with me, all they're going to do is sit you out there in the waiting room to wait in that sorry-ass shit for hours. I don't want to do that to you. I mean, if anything, I would say, drop me off and go get some food and wait for me to call you to come pick me up. That's the way you do that. But now, for other folks who are not used to ER, for my friends, when you go to the ER, I will come and sit with you. Because you know what? Emotionally, you ain't ready for that. I'm an ER person. ER don't mean shit to me. Hospitals don't mean nothing to me. Most of y'all, being in a hospital, just that's going to raise your sphincter pressure to high levels. You're going to be freaking out. So I would go with y'all to the ER and sit there and hold your hand. I would. That's if you my boy. Whatever you need. Because let me tell you, my men friends, when it comes to shit like this, it ain't no gender shit. When shit start affecting your whole life, you will cry like a baby. You will do all the things. And very little of us super brave when your life is on the line, okay? So if you my boy, you the ER, you know what? I will come be there with you. You know damn well I will. So, I'm out the ER. My back, my neck feels better. Whatever Holden did. You see, I can move this neck. I'm a lot more comfortable, y'all. And even though my hand is the claw, got me looking like Trump. Even though my hand is the claw, I'm going to get it back. My attitude is good. It could always be worse. Now, that's why I tell you, that's part of the reason I post these, because I want you to understand that it always could be worse. I see many people out there who had afflictions just like me, who are life-changing. When I see those of you who are suffering, like some of the folks I see, that's when I really humble myself and say, thank you, Lord, I won't complain. Like my mother taught me. She taught me always. She said, every day you tell God how much you are thankful. You look at your life and think how thankful you are and how blessed you are. So that's me. I'm here, Mario, giving you this Friday update because I'm not in the hospital. I didn't have a stroke. My right hand is out, but it's okay. And the benefits is that I can practice learning to be ambidextrous. I'm actually getting to be much better at wiping my ass with my left hand. Now, y'all, because that's too much of... Yeah. I tell you what, some of y'all should practice right now. Practice wiping your ass with your left hand. Just showering and washing with that left hand if you right-handed. Get in there, whatever you do, if you masturbate regularly, try it left-handed. Some stuff don't work good. Some stuff is, it's amazing. Some things go better with the other hand and some things don't. And things like masturbation, wiping your butt, and these kind of things. I am a physician, so I don't give a shit talking about stuff like that. These things will be affected when you have the claw hand. What you can do now is make sock puppets much more fun. You can make the sock puppets, and the one thing the hand is good for is the sock puppets. So, I'm Mario Hemsley, taking up 17 minutes of your life to give you this update at Pack Stereo TV. And for you to remember, it could always be worth. God bless you in your journey. And Lord knows I hope that God continues to bless me in mine. Thank you.